to Scarlet. This is going to be a great matchup. This is a classic. If this was happening a year ago, this could have very well been the finals of any given high-end tournament. As it stands, we're not even anywhere close, and we're going to be seeing some epic confrontation between these two.
That is right, and it looks like we can begin the game here, Total Biscuit. Let's do it. It is time. Champion versus champion. It's time for the real boys to play StarCraft 2 now. And it's about to start. I can hear the game loading. The first map is Cloud Kingdom. Let's begin the games.
Indeed, we shall. Practice time is over, Apollo.
Yep, practice time is over. The boys are out, the men are in. It is time for some real boy StarCraft 2.
Absolutely. And the game has loaded. We are in. Let us get started and find out exactly what's going to be going on in this series. It will be entertaining. There's no real doubt about that. Okay, here we go. It is Cloud Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen. That's your arena for this first confrontation between this man right here. Two-time MLG champion. Could indeed become a legend. Possibility of him getting the hat trick. To the southwest position in the red trunks, playing Zerg. Is FXO Leenock. Versus his opponent, a legend in his own right, and proving that he's certainly not gone from the scene yet, not by any stretch of the imagination. In the blue trunks, playing Terran to the northeast, Startail Bomber.
There are four two-time MLG champions. Huck, Marine King, Dong Regu, and Leenock. Leenock doesn't care for this, Total Biscuit. Leenock wants to be the first three-time MLG champion. He is on form, he is on fire, he is here, he is ready.
When the Leenooctopus snares its prey, it does not let go. And his performance so far has been incredible. Will he be able to keep up? This is a great matchup for him, but Bomber has just absolutely destroyed Zerg player after Zerg player of all levels of skill to get to this point, and he's not going to be giving up without a fight.
He has been one of the bigger Terran players to make the changes in this matchup recently. Already in this very game, we see a refinery before expansion. A barracks into refinery build coming from Bomber. This is older. It's not a more recent build, and he will, by the looks of it at this current point, be aiming for a very fast reactor from his factory into Hellions, into an expansion at this current point.
And that's the curious thing about the way that the metagame works. And some people seem to have this misunderstanding that just because a build is old, it is ineffective. In fact, older builds tend to have their time again. It comes around and the metagame shifts to the point where the older builds actually make more sense. That's the nature of StarCraft 2. As a game, it can take years for it to happen.
But he didn't save up for 100 as soon as he got the refinery. It wasn't a super early refinery. It was on 15, so it was a little bit delayed to have a faster command center down, but he opts to have a reactor down onto the barracks to start to build Marines 2 by 2. Can easily build a factory straight away, can build 2 Marines or 4 Marines before the factory is ready to be safe in a bunker, and then switch up with a factory to go over to Hellions. Meanwhile, though, we see Leenock with a early gas. He's gone for speed early on here and is still mining a little bit with a single drone in there. And he could transform that into something a little bit more aggressive, but not right now.
Yep. Alternatively, of course, he could just be leaving it in there to tick over. It's a really nice tick over timing to an eventual lair transition. Could happen. We'll see what he decides to do. And of course, it does give him the option to hype up that aggression if he sees something interesting, and out come those 2 Marines. The 4-lings on the way. Marines retreating to a safe location. Currently, Leenock does not know about this. There's a nice freebie here for Leenock. He chooses not to head up the ramp.
Yeah, first blood drawn by Leenock. says, all right, let's play. And then he brings down an SCV. There's the switch up after those initial Marines are built. And the starport, another factory. Oh my God, another factory coming down. And a tech lab. We are going to see Blue Flame Hellions in this game. This is what we saw in the GSL finals between MVP and Life. It's a build that is so good if you don't have the preparation up. If it is only Zerglings, which Leenock does, then we are going to see drones die.
We are indeed. See the Evo chamber go down, another hatchery going down. This is a perfect opportunity for Bomber to inflict severe damage upon the two-time MLG champion with a little bit of mech.
And there is, as I can see on the minimap, no Overlord at the north position, only Zerglings. Therefore, there is no sacrificial Overlord allowed in this game. It's there, it's stuck, it's away, and that's going to give Bomber the freedom to do whatever he chooses undetected. Four Hellions do make their way across the map. No Roach Warrens down. No way for Leenock to find out about this either. He may just preemptively build Spore Crawlers in case of Banshees, but little does he know, Total Biscuit, that the Blue Flame is on its way.
He knows nothing, which is incredible at this stage. He's going +1 melee attack. He's still building only links. Here comes the lair. No tech, no roaches, no spine cores, no nothing. A Blue Flame has not been revealed as of yet. It hasn't been researched. He knows there are Hellions on the field. He does not know about Blue Flame. He has no real way to confirm one way or the other either. Bomber is doing this on purpose, as you can see, to kill a creep tumor.
Wow.
Oh, or maybe, yep, there we go. It is down. Baneling Nest now on the way, coming in for Leenock. A lot of Lings coming out, but still building drones. He's not too worried yet.
And Leenock's put down the Baneling Nest and started building Lings because he hasn't seen the gases taken on the natural. He hasn't seen Banshees. He doesn't know if it's going to be a Hellion Marine, Hellion Marauder follow-up. He doesn't know if it's going to be Blue Flame. But now the Hellions are about to make their way across. Leenock's going to see it now.
Yeah, there he is. He knows. Okay, he sees, well, that's a lot of Hellions. That means there was at least a reactor.
Oh, no.
Oh, the surround comes in. A Bomber trying to get as best position as he can for an efficient engagement. Blue Flame has been revealed. Significant damage already done to the vanguard of Hellions coming in here. And the question is, can the response come in time? Here comes Bomber. Tries to break it. Down goes the spine crawler. He is into the natural.
Oh, the drones are going to go down. Oh, my God. Bomber is roasting the drones. They fall so fast.
He's lining them up right here, and as you can see, Leenock is not able to kill those Hellions in time. That is the entire natural expansion down. He's going into the main base right now. He will not stop.
He will not stop indeed, and he's picked off 16 drones, and Leenock takes a big supply deficit trying to rebuild, and at this stage of the game he needs to morph some Banelings to protect, which he's doing. He is rebuilding those drones, but what a great start to this game for
Wonderful
Bomber.
Start.
As we see double armory coming down, an extra factory with a third command center. He's going over to mech from this position, a natural transition, a smooth transition to do, and right now Leenock's having to build units. He's not upgrading, he's not building aggressive units, he's building drones, and that is great for Bomber, who's going to be able to take a fast third base no problem, because there's no units on the board. There's nothing to stop him from doing it.
That's why he opened the way that he did, and it's worked out absolutely perfectly. More Hellions on the field. They have a look at the third base, say, well, of course, there's going to be no drones there. He needs to resaturate his natural. He would not want to put drones out in that risky position, but it gives Bomber amazing map control. It ensures as well that creep spread is going to be very, very difficult. And here is the third base from Bomber. Uncontested, no problems at all. 3-base mech will be ideal for him there. Little bit risky construction of the drones, just trying to make an escape. A shot goes off and they will not be getting out of there. He could actually break this.
He could. There is a couple of transfusions.
Nice one. Nicely done there by Leenock, just to secure that area, make sure that no Hellions will make their way through. Roaches on the way as well, so this Hellion play will start to become less and less effective. Bomber knows it, and he's going straight through for Thors.
And yeah, with Thors coming down, Bomber's expecting a potential Mutalist play. He sees that all the gases are taken. He doesn't see a Roach one. He only sees an Evolution Chamber and a Baneling Nest. So he's expecting Mutalists, which is why he's building Thors. He, in the background, he's getting Siege Tech as well. But these initial Roaches are only there for defensive reasons. So there's no threat to Bomber. If there was mass Roaches coming, he could be in danger because he's built Thors. And Thors are bad versus Roaches in large numbers there. So it's fine for Bomber, who will start to realize that upon seeing the Roaches, that he is not playing against Mutalist, and therefore, after these next two Thors, when he's safe, he will most likely change over to building a lot of tanks, grabbing a 4th command center, because as he takes his 3rd, we're going to see a massive influx of minerals. He's going to have to throw down command centers, planetary fortresses, extra production, which you're already seeing start to happen.
And it's wonderful for Bomber, really, isn't it? There's 2 more factories coming down for him. He'll be able to, of course, increase his Hellion count, provide that oh-so-important buffer zone and AoE damage to protect the tanks and the Thors at the back. There's another command center being put down, and even the positioning of that command center is ideal because it actually creates a partial wall off here to try and prevent run-bys. So even then, he's thinking about it, and once again, a great shot here from a small number of Hellions, engaged by the Roaches, of course, wiped out by the Roaches, but 29 workers killed thus far, restricting Leenock's drone count immensely.
And as you see, the Infestors are about to make their way out, 9 of them here, with +2 attack for Roaches and Infested Terrans. Leenock wants to do a massive assault very soon here. He wants to really focus on Roach and Infested Terran composition against the mech. And that could be very strong here. We don't see any Banshees coming in at all. He's obviously skipped them completely. And we do see a lot of cleanup with the creep, and that's pretty nice here for a Bomber.
It certainly helps him on that side of the map. Last thing he wants is that creep knocking at the 4th base, so he'll be able to prevent that. But oh wow, here comes the hive from Leenock, so he doesn't want to stick around on Roach Infestor for too long.
No, he doesn't. He will be switching over eventually here, but his upgrades won't be that good for the Broodlings naturally. And we do see a couple of Hellions fall down. But what we should start to see is more and more command centers come down. Another one actually is coming down there. And we may have to see Bomber put a planetary fortress on the connection point up to the natural here. That's going to really fortify. The problem is that there's a turret in the way. I think he may have to kill it and then destroy it and put the command center there, but look at how many Hellions are moving out. Usually as a mech player, you are wanted to do a timing versus hive, very similar to like a Protoss player will do, and that will be aligned with the 2-2 upgrades we see in the production tab. He knows about the hive coming, he's scanned, he knows, and very shortly, Bomber will make a move now. Leenock will probably have to focus on a counterattack.
Oh, big fungal there from Leenock, however, and a second fungal to follow it up. That is costly there for Bomber, and a really great engagement for Leenock, and that can blunt this attack that's coming in. And when it comes down to what Leenock's doing, he must buy time in order to go through this transition. Bomber wants to prevent him from doing that. Double starport coming in, and there's the Great Aspire immediately for Leenock.
And a lot of Borid Infestors up here. Here comes the push out, and look at this. I am in awe. Leenock says, all right, a 2-2 attack shall come, and I will move in with my Infestors when it comes. That is beautiful. Here's the movement. Leenock, you are a genius. This is going to do a lot of damage.
I can't see how it wouldn't, honestly. This is a perfect opportunity. Infested Terrans straight into the mineral line, and immediately there's a lift. Great reaction time right there, and that's actually a surprisingly quick reaction time. He loses no SCVs. He will most likely, yep, he's going to save the command center. He's going to lose some supply depots, but in the meantime, a large force from Bomber moving into position.
And let's see how Bomber can do this now. He's moving down. He's got a lot of tanks, a lot of Thors. He'll beat this army that Leenock has currently. The Great Aspire is on his way, and that's the only thing that Leenock can really do to fight this. He doesn't have enough, a large enough army here, so we're going to see Bomber bring the 4th down. We're going to see Bomber bring the 3rd down before the Brutals are out, and that should be enough damage to recover from the Infested Terrans that were launched on his 3rd base. Yeah,
if I'm totally honest, there were very few workers killed there. A lot of mining time was wasted. The CC remained alive. And now Bomber's going to clean up. He takes down the 3rd. The 4th is down. He is fortifying this base over here. That's going to have Planetary Fortress at just the right time. He shouldn't take too much damage from this little Roach run by at all. And Bomber says, hey, I'm feeling good right now. Let's pull back.
Yep, he's going to go back to defend his Planetary Fortress on the right. Leenock already knew that he was going to lose a 4th and 3rd, so he expanded to a new 4th and 3rd again. And Bomber's taking a base easily accessible. He can also take one on the left-hand side. But the transition of army composition for Bomber is about to take place. We are now going to see Thor, Hellion, Viking. Double Armory is researching double Viking upgrades. He's not going to go to Ravens like we've seen Bomber do in the past. He's going to really upgrade his Vikings, and he's going to use the Thor splash damage to do a lot in aid with the Vikings, and then Hellions on the ground to deal with any links that try to stop the Thors. A great army composition switch over. Tanks will be left to deal with counterattacks to protect his economy.
Once again, a great fungal there from Leenock, getting rid of some Hellions, although I don't think Bomber's really all that worried about that because he needs to increase his Viking count anyway, so the sacrifice of those Hellions was most likely deliberate. I like the decision to go for Viking rather than Raven. Raven is the flashy way to do things. Raven is also a bit of a gamble. It can pay off big style, or you can lose big. It's like doubling down when it comes to the Raven. Bomber's going to sacrifice a few SCVs, because of course he doesn't need them anymore. He needs a larger army. Viking's a bit safer. Viking, of course, 9 range versus the Seeker missile, I believe, with an engagement range of 6, and also, of course, they're faster moving units as well.
And we also have the Ghost Academy coming down, but I'll talk about that in a minute. As we have Bomber moving out, he just wants to get rid of his tanks. He won't bring that hatchery down in return. Say, take my 3 tanks if I take your hatchery. Obviously, that doesn't work out. He doesn't kill the hatchery. But
yeah, he's gonna get it.
Oh, really? Perfect. Not 3 tanks, not 4. I mean, not 2 tanks, not 4, but 3, and he nails it. And as I was mentioning, ghosts are coming out. The ghosts are going to be to EMP the infestors, to snipe the infestors, so that Vikings don't get fungals. Vikings don't have to deal with infested terrain. This is beautiful from Bomber, and he's playing a spectacular game here. Hellions at the north, and Lings do come to grief, but, well, Hellions are at 2-2.
Yeah, there's no way that that's going to work out at all for Leenock. That's a nice cleanup. Bomber doesn't care.
In the middle of
losing
that.
Oh,
Bomber, if he gets caught with all this with fungals coming down, he could lose every single unit in Thor. Every single tank in Thor. He has to be so careful with moving out like this. He would lose absolutely everything here. And he doesn't know where the army is of his opponent. Likewise, Leenock does. And Leenock wants this. This could be massive.
It absolutely could. And those tanks were undeployed. The fungal on every single 4 tanks now deploying. A second fungal to go down. Corruptus moving in with the corruption spell. There's the shelling going on, but the Thors are taking massive damage. The Thors are going to fall. Leenock with a great catch in the center. And suddenly, Bomber's plan collapses in front of him like a house of cards.
And now he has the Vikings. He has to just sacrifice everything. There's roaches on the 3rd base as well. Bomber making a critical mistake in this game has cost him his army. He's down to 146 supply. Leenock, the cost-efficient Zerg, the best cost-efficient Zerg in the world, remains with a massive army. He has now 2 bases on the left-hand side, and Bomber has to take a new base. He's going to struggle to take that center base. He's already lost and had a borrow roach under his 3rd, and this game just went from godlike to nothing.
A disaster for Bomber. Suddenly now lacking in SCVs, having sacrificed them earlier. His position was wonderful, and then everything went horribly wrong for him. However, he's not out of the game yet. 24 Vikings, one of the largest counts I've ever seen in a game of StarCraft 2, are prepared, they're upgraded, and they're ready to go. They're also backed up by a limited number of ghosts, not a huge amount. He's still in it, but that was not the move he needed, not at all.
The momentum train got halted and got ripped off the rails.
It did indeed, and there's a free Thor. Leenock will take that. He's not too concerned about it, but he'll take it anyway.
All right, we're going to have to see Bomber fight to defend this location. I don't think he can just give it up. He may, upon taking a new base on the left-hand side. Okay, he's going to give it up. He'll try and repair, and he's going to take a new base in the center left. And then we'll say, all right, I'm not quite ready yet. My +2 plating for my Vikings isn't ready. I got more Thors on the way. Ideally, I want to be at 200 supply here. And Leenock has to come back to fight Bomber, who is marching across with a couple of Thors to clear up this new base, to start to put the hurt onto these west expansions.
Well, there's the cleanup, so he can land that base. He'll most likely immediately go to Planetary Fortress in that position.
Remember, there's a lot of orbital commands. So in the bottom right of this map, Bombers have managed to establish a planetary fortress. He can call down mules there, so his economy's not going to be too hurt upon taking a lot of damage here.
Absolutely not. And the advantage when you're playing against Broodlord Infestor is the lack of speed and maneuverability. If you're going to be pulling your opponent's army across the map over and over again, then each time you do so, you continue to buy time. And those Infestors just ran right into that surprise going in there. That could have indeed been a couple of freebies, but Leenock reacts just in time. I don't think he expected that base to be there.
This is the perfect time for Bomber to move his ass into gear and go up to the left-hand side. The Broodlord army is so slow that while it's down there killing a base, Bomber should be moving out. He should be picking off these bases, and Leenock knows it as well and already evacuates his left-hand side expansions. And, well, Bomber makes the right decision here, but we're going to have to see a fight shortly because Leenock is not happy. The Noctopus has lost a leg, And well, he's not happy about that. He's about to come out and take a fight.
I wouldn't worry about that because he's got 7 more and he is angry, no question. Leenock now moving in a huge counter force supported by Blue Flame Hellions on the ground. The Viking count is absolutely massive. Leenock, however, has kept out of range. These Thors smash their way through and take a base.
Look at the Viking spread. Ooh, it's really nice here. Thors and Ghosts underneath. A scan goes down, revealing the army location. Bomber knows exactly what he needs to do. He's going to wait. He's going to say, my army position's better. You come to me, and I will crush you. And both these players playing it in. Look at this.
That's the best idea.
2 Thors march to the top left, saying, come on, come. I'm going to kill your base. Come on.
Come at me, bro. I'm going to take your hatchery if you don't. There's a nice little fungal grabbing a few Thors, and anything you can do to pick this army apart at this stage would be good. And Infesta goes down for the trouble, but good trade nonetheless. Also, a Viking gets grabbed in the process.
Ooh.
Bomber picking up a few more.
A lot of hits go down on the Brewlords, and Bomber's ready.
EMP, it's not so good though. Only the back Infestors, and there's a big EMP. That's about half the Infestors down, but the Infestor count is massive. Thors deployed, volley after volley of missiles streaming in. The Viking count is absolutely massive at this stage. Fungals on the Vikings. Huge numbers of buffed up Infestor town with +3 attack. Bomber's army is collapsing in front of him. Does he have the firepower to break this Broodlord's fall? Left and right. Bomber making his last stand here in the center, and Leenock breaks it.
Leenock goes to 175 supply with 18 more Infestors on the way. That's a massive count. Leenock utilizing the Infestors so well. The Infestors trap more Vikings, and Bomber's army is gone. And the story of that fight was that way too many Infestors were left with energy, way too many infested Terrans were there, and that's what Bomber didn't want, and that changed the outcome. And now Bomber's struggling a little bit, only mining efficiently from 1 base on the left-hand side, and does not quite have the income that Leenock has at the moment, who is mining from 2.
Oh my God, Mr. D. Apollo, look at that Infestor count.
37 Infestors. Somebody nicknamed this guy Infestor Gadget.
Indeed, I think so. He will be bringing this to the fight. And honestly, how on earth do you deal with that many Infestors with only 2 Ghosts, especially considering that you missed your previous EMPs. That is a really big problem, and now Bomber is in a world of hurt. A great fungal picks off a large number of workers. Worker count plummets to 32. Bomber with a counterattack surges towards the 4th base with a contingent of Thors.
And this is looking very, very dire here for Bomber, who makes his last push out with a handful of units, but the problem is he's lost his last efficiently mining base, and the Infestor squad is here. It's not even a squad anymore. That is an army.
It's a battalion, Apollo.
That is a lot of units, a lot of Infestors.
Uh-oh, 3 Vikings. This is not looking good for Bomber at all. He still has a large number of Thors, and Leenock's supply count is starting to tumble here, so I wouldn't count him out just yet. Has he over-invested in Infestors? Can you over-invest in Infestors?
There is no such thing as over-investment in Infestors, let me tell you that. These are worth everything and will surely close up this series. 2 Queens backing just a handful of Broodlords. Bomber has nothing left, just this army in the bottom right. Infestors with little Korean flags on each one of them march their way to victory. And things are looking pretty bad here for Bomber.
Oh my, Leenock really is the investment banker in this particular game. He has so many, he has so much energy ready to go. Bomber doesn't seem to have an answer. He is picking off base after base, but it's still going to come down to an engagement.
It will at the end of the day, but there's a lot of energy on these Infestors. A lot of Infestors, a lot of Fungals, and then the Broodlords still remain above them.
Oh wow, Leenock already spreading out with the possibility of Ghost Snipes coming in here. The Ghosts are what remains here to stop this from happening. Snipes go off, Ghosts fall down. There are 6 Ghosts versus 37 Infestors. This will be quite the standoff right here. The Planetary Fortress falls, big Fungal, and that's a lot of Vikings that are about to die.
And if the Vikings die, the Broodlords reign superiority as they march towards the Thors. The Thors run like little schoolgirls away from the Infestors, as Infestors are scary units. They may look cute and cuddly, but they are not. Wow.
Oh, big Fungal. The Thors ain't going anywhere, unfortunately, and they will be destroyed. The Ghosts had no energy to react to that whatsoever. I believe there's 1 EMP remaining on one of those Ghosts. There's still 7 on the field. He's not out of it yet, but I don't see a good way to come back from this.
Yeah, Bomber's trying to stay in this game for as long as possible. He knows that this best of 3 he wants to move on to another round and doesn't want to fight from the lower bracket where there are so many good players waiting, and he wants a free ticket to the winner finals. And right now, Leenock is the guy that's standing in his way. These Infestors more so standing in his way as we see them continue to slug around. 40 Infestors, and they are going for one destination and one destination alone, which is the last mining base of Bomber.
9 Ghosts, 6 Hellions versus 40 Infestors and 8 Broodlords. Insurmountable odds, one might say, and I wouldn't blame you if you claimed that. Bomber is refusing to leave this game. He's going to lose another command center by the looks of it. He is storing energy on his Ghosts. He could do it. Here come the snipes right now. The bundles on the Ghosts already. Snipes going up left, right, and center. Kills 9 Infestors. But there are so many Infested Terrans and the Ghosts. GG, ladies and gentlemen. Leenock takes the first game in grand fashion against StarTale's Bomber. A brave last stand. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite enough there for Bomber's Ghosts.
And Leenock says, hey Bomber, I heard you like zombie games. Well, let me show you one. And that's what he just did. Absolutely fantastic. A lot of hype has been around the guy that's in the very next booth live because of his recent performances, arguably one of the best Zergs in the world. This guy is a 2-time MLG champion. He is on fire. He looked absolutely flawless, untouchable in Rally in the previous championship, and here again is looking unstoppable.
Going up against arguably a harder road than he went through at Rally, but he doesn't seem all that phased at all, and in Game 1, Bomber is left for dead. We'll be right back after this break with Game 2. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to MLG Red and Game 2 of Leenock versus Bomber.
It continues right here. The next map is Metropolis, a map that Zerg players have a high win ratio on. But Bomber is one of the most intelligent StarCraft 2 players out there. He will look at that game, analyze it real time, and come up with something, somehow, to be able to pull Leenock down. The game is ready. I am ready. We can begin this. And let's find out if Bomber can muster a strategy to pull down Leenock, who throughout this tournament just looking absolutely fantastic.
You're not allowed to make a mistake against Leenock, as Game 1 made abundantly clear. An excellent start from StarTale's Bomber, impeccable start. And then one mistake, suddenly things swing around in Leenock's favor. A second mistake, and that was it. He was done.
I mean, there's two sides of that coin. I mean, if Leenock says, well, not losing any drones to Blue Flame Hellions again, let's play equal after that and see what you can do then. So let's find out.
That we shall. Welcome to Metropolis, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yes. This man, this legend, this two-time MLG champion, down to the south of this particular map in the red trunks playing Zerg, FXO Leenock. I'm so excited, I'm punching my co-commentator. Ow. And his opponent. Currently down one game, but by no means out of this particular series at all. In the blue trunks playing Terran to the north. Startails Bomber!
Well, let's see how many bombs he can throw in this game, Total Biscuit. He's going to have to throw a few and land a few.
He will. Accuracy. We need to see smart bombs from Bomber today.
Yep. No cluster bombs, nothing like that.
Well,
Direct
this would be a
hits.
good start.
Well, this is one way to approach the game, isn't it? Saying, well,
2 racks.
let's see what I can do on a big map like this. Leenock probably not going to expect it, as we have the
You
first
think?
barracks coming
I'm
down.
not so sure about that. Look at that Overlord path.
It's not. Oh, actually.
Yes, it is.
I
It's
was gonna
delayed,
say,
but it will see it.
look at that green line. Oh, my God. Bomber could be looking at a very fast loss here,
He could.
as that Overlord wouldn't usually cut an angle like that unless you wanted to check for barracks locations. Usually, the Overlord would go straight across towards the back, because if you think about it, putting that waypoint there delays the Overlord from getting there, and you want to get there as fast as possible to be safe. Leenock takes the corner right, and Bomber will be revealed.
Leenock is ridiculously smart. This is not the first time I've seen these proxy racks positions on this map.
Hello,
It's evidently not the first time that Leenock has seen them either. What's going on here then, he asks. And suddenly Bomber has been revealed, and immediately he's going to try this anyway, because let's be honest, what choice does he have? He's going for the bunker, but Leenock is already aware of it, and this could be disastrous.
All but 3 drones have been pulled, the perfect amount here, and he's chasing down the Marine. As soon as it runs away, he will go to work on the bunker. The bunker's not there. Where do the Marines hide?
Well, this could very well be an anticlimactic end to what would have otherwise been an excellent series. He is going for a second bunker here. He's in good position. The spine has begun.
Lings are being made as well. Second spine as well to confirm that he can defend the natural. And things are looking pretty rough here for Bomber.
SCVs for Bomber. He's going to start working on this hatchery. That's the most important thing. A third spine. He does not want to lose to this at all. Uh-oh, those Marines are moving out of position. I'm not liking that. Ling's coming in right there. The bunker is going up. Can he sweep his way around? He gets back in. He is back in. And Bomber is in position. The bunker completes. And the pressure continues.
The pressure continues, but what we're going to see is all these spines pick up at once and go put themselves at the front of the hatchery.
Yep.
Joined by Lings, joined by drones, as he needs to start to fortify this. Can Bomber do it? He managed to kill a lot there.
He's going straight for the main. He's going all the way up to the main. He may even try to actually bunker in the main himself. He decides, I'm not going to engage these spine crawlers. I'm going to go right up and find absolutely nothing. And
well,
now
the problem is they're left there alone now, and no reinforcements to get in. 3 spines cover the ramp, and there's just a handful of Marines, 5 Marines in the main base.
He's going for the spawning pool. He's going for the pool. I don't know if he'll be able to get it, though.
He is expanding behind this, though, so it's not all on that. A bunker somehow finds its way, and all he needs to do with these SCVs is make a little wall with a bunker, and then go around and hold position with the SCVs if he can.
Spine crawlers being redeployed. Oh, there's the cancellation, and the Queen comes in from the back, and this could end up being an absolute disaster. The surround comes in from Leenock. He is all the way around here, but Bomber is trying to hold on as best he can. 4 Marines are now entirely surrounded. Leenock crushes in the main base.
12 drones to 12 SCVs. Command center is down. The game will continue. There are a lot of Marines, a lot of Lings out though. 9 currently versus 4 Marines. 5 Marines, sorry, with more on the way. And the game will go on. The game will go on from here on out, but there was a lot of lava available with a single Queen that had been lava injecting.
Bomber needs to be careful here. He could actually win this encounter if he's got good position, and he does. He takes down 1. Cleans things up nicely, and those Marines are more than a match for 8 Lings. He's going to be able to retreat here, and as you pointed out accurately, the game continues. And a second command center coming behind this, and you might think that's crazy, but not really. He can't produce anything right now. His barracks are airborne. He might as well invest in something.
And Leenock's thrown down a gas. Whether it's going to be for aggressive reasons, I don't know, or if it's just going to be to get speed to make sure that there's no secondary triple follow-up all in. We'll see. But that has been noted, and he was at a low drone count to get that gas down, so we'll see what Leenock's going to do. He may just want to get speed and take a third base and just play the game late. He knows his strength relies and is really, really good in the late game when he gets all those investors and broodlords out. And he sees a command center going down. I'm not too sure. I think that he may be able to tell that's a third command center down.
Okay.
I don't think he realizes that, you know, Bomber would have been that far behind in this, and Bomber would have realized that things would go wrong as soon as he saw the spine. So I think that Leenock would know that that's a third command center coming down. And upon that, if he wants to play macro, which he should be looking to do, is to take a third base any second now.
Well, let's see if that's what he's going to do. Not seeing a drone moving out as of yet. There it is.
All right, there's the drone. So he's going to go take a third base. He's not going to try and do anything, just get speed. He could go layer, but I think it's just going to be for speed. But we'll see as another gas is taken. And the game will move on. Combat Shields is being researched, not Stim. Combat Shields being the better defensive all-round upgrade here. Will offer a better defensive setup, may offer some poke out with Marines as well to punish an overly greedy Leenock. But on a map this size, I don't think that's really going to be the case for them.
No, I wouldn't think so, honestly. At the moment, it's just going to roll into a fairly passive, defensive, and macro-oriented style, at least for the next few minutes. Interesting, considering the explosive start, but neither player really in a position to actually get aggressive. Double Evolution Chamber coming down here for Leenock as well. And a factory for Bomber.
Now, lots of drones. Lots and lots of drones. Currently 39 with 10 more on the way. And there will continue to be lots of drones unless Bomber makes a movement out like this, which is to stop the drone production from going insane. And I do like this. This is why the combat shields are there as well by the looks of it. But we will have to see Lings be made as Marines do shoot down a couple of Lings. Currently, Bomber has stopped drone production at 54 Leenock and forcing Leenock to build up to 20 Lings here. And that's nice.
Baneling Nest going down as well. He's a little bit concerned. And the combat shield kicked in just before Leenock was able to spot that. Yeah,
he's not just going to go in and retreat. He knows that if he retreats, Lings with speed will kill him anyway.
He's got a shot. He actually does. The spine crawlers are already moving in response. However, they're not going to be able to make their way into range.
No way can you get this hatchery. No.
I think he can, you know. I think he could pull this off. Bomber now going for the queens here and not focusing down that. Good micro coming in, but he's out in the middle of nowhere. If a surround comes in, this could end up being disastrous. Will that combat shield edge give him what he needs? He backs out, stutter steps as best he can, but it might not be enough. Leenock going for it, and the final Marine falls, and once again, Leenock holds against Bomber's aggression.
Yep, and that was nicely set up there by Bomber just to force Lings out. He did force up to 20, 30 Lings, and now the drone production continues after that. So a nice little stallment of his opponent's economy while maintaining his own.
Yep.
Of course, by building SCVs, because he doesn't have to build SCVs and Marines from the same production facility.
Naturally.
And tanks and double engineering bay is down. So we are going to see Bio this time around. Because of all the Lings out there, he is building a second bunker just in case Leenock decides to flip around and go for an all-in. Because of a lot of Lings had been built there.
Yep.
And he is just playing it safe. And maybe a little bit too safe. He did notice again that there were no drones on that third base as well. So he's just playing it very safe. Remember, he's one game away from losing this. Leenock with a 14 supply lead at the moment, or 10 supply lead now. But that's not too much of a factor. The upgrade's almost equal, and things are quite parallel in this game.
They are, very much so. Getting that hatchery would have been a wonderful bonus, but as you pointed out, it was unexpected for it to happen. I don't think Bomber expected to get it, but he was able to delay his bonus, do a significant amount of damage in the process, and traded that for Oni minerals. At the end of the day, they are only Marines. We don't value them that much, but there's a Zergling Surge and centrifugal hooks, burrow, and production of banelings here from Leenock.
Spire instead of Infestation Pit.
My oh my.
So he's actually going to be playing this game very aggressive with 2-2 with banelings and Spire, or Emil is picking down the tanks. This is going to be a fantastic firework ending to this game if Leenock plans it out how he wants to. And instead of going for the Infestors, he's delaying going up to Hive. He's delaying getting Pathogen Glands and naturally the Infestors. So this is going to be a good little middle segment to this game, a very good aggressive one too.
Yeah, Leenock actually setting up a flanking maneuver here on the third base. He's drawn a few units out of position. However, the tanks are already deployed. I think he's got enough Lings to go for it, though. Goes for the surround of the tanks. Looking for one, takes two. And the banelings don't quite connect the way that they need to. Bomber gets the cleanup there and takes less damage than could have been expected. But of course, Leenock's probably fairly happy with taking 2 tanks there.
Bomber needs to identify what he's playing against, because all he needs to do is play defensive.
Yeah. Drop coming in from Bomber here, coming around the flank. It did pass an Overlord. Leenock has actually not moved into a position to deal with it, and looking to try and deny the fourth base here. Well, seems unlikely.
Stim.
Yeah, he does need to stim, actually, if he wants any hope of making that happen. There's the stim coming in. Not enough links to actually clean this up, and this actually could be a straight-up denial here. Very surprising that Leenock is allowing this to happen, but down it goes. Really nice pick up there from Bomber. I don't even know if Bomber was expecting to get that, but hell, he'll take the bonus.
Of course he will. That's a great move for Bomber, who continues to sit back defensively. A handful of units in the middle of the map to deny creep and put a bit of pressure on, and he is going to drop that third base again with those very same units while in the middle of the map with a tank and a handful of Marines. Nice little multi-harassment here by Bomber. The Lings are in the middle of the map, but the Marines on the third base could get into the draw line if he goes go, 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 go.
It looks for the Spine Crawler. He might need to get out of the way of that rather than engage it. Second Spine Crawler, though. Leenock is very much prepared for some drop harassment, some damage. Oh my god, the Spire might actually go down here. It looks like it might. It's gone to 150, and the Spire has fallen. Wonderful drop harassment here from Bomber.
But that is a secondary Spire in this game. Mutalisks are already out here. And with the Mutalisks already out, I don't think, well now, having seen the Mutalisks, Bomber knows, wait a minute, why was there two Spires? What is going on here? Is he looking to upgrade and go hive at the same time? Bomber's starting to piece this together a little bit more now with turrets coming down, with a lot of Marines defensively set up. All he needs to do is to get to 3-3 and +2 on his tanks here. I don't think it's wise to move out when he's at 2-2, because his opponent isn't going towards the hive. He just needs to play this safe, play it Loctite, because eventually this mid-tier army that Leenock is building will die versus good upgraded Marines and tanks.
Sensor tower coming in at the front right here. Not a good time to construct that, no question, and that's going to have to be cancelled by the looks of it. Bomber's tanks get surrounded here. The defense is now in place on the third, but no sensor tower for you. And Leenock has, of course, revealed his hand in full.
Still no infestation pit. Second Spire being built again.
Baneling Mines at the front right here.
Ooh, I wonder if Bomber's going to realize that he didn't see them get borrowed either.
Nope,
so
he did not.
If he gets trapped by Baneling Mines and then the Mutaling come in to kill him, that's it. It's a very, very dangerous game that Bomber's playing right now. Equally is Leenock, who finally throws down the infestation pit and will look to go 3-3, adrenal glands, and go over to infestors and broodlords eventually. So we'll see how this game is going to pan out as we see a bunker going out into the middle, tanks on the Banelings. That's
uh-oh.
Oh god.
Oh my, this could get really, really ugly here.
Oh god.
Oh, it's...
It's okay for now.
All right, okay. Compose yourself.
If he builds a turret and sensor tower, he'd be good. If not, we could see some explosions. But
we very well could, but he's backing away. This is unbelievably grim right here.
Leenock.
Leenock!
In here, Leenock comes with Lings and Mutas. He doesn't have enough, though, I don't think. There's still too many Marines, but a really cost-efficient engagement and explosion there. And Leenock will back out.
Oh, a second one at the back right there. Does he have the numbers? He doesn't get the follow-up, but he gets a run by right here into the third base mineral line.
And all Bomber needs to do is play defensive. But how can he play defensive when there's mines in his lines?
Mines in the lines all over the place. It's a disgrace.
It is, and well, there's two more Banelings, but they're not going to detonate this time around. He is scanning ahead of himself here, making his movement out here. There's a lot of Banelings, a lot of Lings and Mutas here. They're pretty well upgraded too. Bomber has to be so careful. If he's caught unsieged, this could be the end of Bomber.
It very well could be, and it's not sieged up in time. The Lings are coming in, and they are completely surrounding the tanks. Banelings crash into the line right here. A super aggressive leader going right into the center here, but the Marines are looking to hold.
Banelings were late to the party, and now they come in. Bomber, Bomber.
Bomber's got to be really careful here. Single Baneling looking to connect, but great stun step migrate comes around, and no Banelings connect whatsoever. Just the last Baneling goes in. Bomber coming in with the counter attack. He holds, pushes right back into the center, and this game is electrifying.
Welcome to Championship Sunday, everybody, where the games are like this. As we continue on, Bomber moves down the map more. Banelings are being made. Bomber has to be so diligent with his Marines. He's going to have to spread. He's going to have to split because the Banelings are ready. The Hive is almost done as well. So we will be seeing the Greater Spire more soon. But Leenock is ready to go with so many 2-2 links. Can Bomber seriously hold this position deep on creep? If he can unlock the expansions. But he's unsieged again.
Oh, but he might get the siege in time. No, here comes the shots right here. The Banelings are looking to connect. Great slitting here from Bomber on the rear flank, but it's not enough. He is overwhelmed. The secondary force comes in. Once again, great splitting. Can he seriously hold on here? There are so many Mutalisks.
And Bomber does not have a fourth command center, guys. He is only on 3. He is building everything on that. That's why he's got so much gas in the bank, because he can't mine from a new expansion. His main is mined out. His natural soon to be. Bomber's throwing everything at Leenock. He wants to stop him before he's at high.
+3 infantry weapons may very well be the key to this. He needs to split, otherwise it's going to get obliterated like that. He's got to watch out for that. The armor on the Mutalist is quite low because he took out that secondary spire. SCV's coming off as well here.
SCV's coming in to get there before he goes over to Broodlords and so on, but it looks like Bomber maybe just walking directly into a wall, because we are also seeing Ling, Muta, Bailing, and the Marines are starting to dwindle here as the Mutalists, they're just so well upgraded.
He needs that +3. He really, really does. The Mutalists take significant damage, and Leenock backs off for a second. It may be the breathing room he needs, but it's because he saw the 4th base, and he's gone right for it. He can't take it out for the moment. We've got borrowed links denying all sorts of different expansion points here. Bomber's SCVs have been drafted, Apollo.
They have been, but Bomber's trying to take this middle base, but Ling borrowed immediately. More Bailey's being more. SCV's just going to get obliterated. Oh my God.
+3 just picked in, and that's going to get messy. Oh no. +3 comes in, but I think it might just be a little bit too late right here for Bomber. The Banelings will not stop. More SCVs eliminated.
And these Lings are in the center of the map, killing a few Marines, but Marines are, as you said, well upgraded. Bomber needs that base on the left-hand side. Likewise, is Leenock running out of money too? He's building 7 more Mutalisks, upgrading the Mules again. Is Bomber going to be able to stabilize if he gets a new base? If he lands his Mules down, he shall build more Marines, and if he can, he would be good against the composition of his opponents.
His count is looking good, Apollo. He's on 46, now 48. He's building 15 Marines at a time.
There's a Baneling bomb trap here. There's a Baneling bomb trap here. A scan will go down and eliminate the creep, I suppose, on this left-hand side. No, he scans the Banelings.
Star sense is tingling. Bomber knows what's going on here, and these Marines may save him. Good initial engagement there by Bomber. Picks off a Baneling, couple of links. He is in a strong position. He mustn't get caught on siege, but that Marine count is getting ridiculously high.
How is Bomber doing this with so little money? He's set up in a great position. If Bomber wins the fight, Bomber wins the game.
This is crucial right here. He must bring those Marines up on the back. And there's a fallback position. A lot of Banelings detonated inefficiently. Detonating against the tanks. The Marines
no Banelings!
No Banelings! And suddenly the Mutalisks are caught completely off guard. A Bomber stims forward. He smells blood.
He smells blood, and he's finally somehow got his way to the economy of Leenock. And Leenock's going to lose an expansion. More Banelings need to be morphed. And when I say more, there are 20 coming. If Leenock smashes this army, maybe he can stay in this game. It's incredibly close.
Oh, good God in heaven. 62 Marines falling rapidly right now. He wants the Mutalisks, but it's too risky. He needs the tank support. He must push forward, be able to target fire those Banelings down. A single Baneling flanker. Around the back come the Mutalisks, completely unprepared. The tanks are uncovered. The reinforcements caught out by Banelings. Bomber looking for the split, an efficient split. Kills more, comes around the flank, grabs another here. And those Banelings are crucial to this defense. Bomber continues the push.
Bomber takes down another expansion of his opponent. Only has a few minerals left. Leenock is getting really pissed off right now, Total Biscuit. Let me tell you that, as Bomber continues his assault forward. And is he going to be able to crack down Leenock?
He may very well be able to do that. A huge swell of Marines with heavy upgrades, tech buildings, potentially vulnerable. Leenock trying to set up a flank around the rear, but Bomber's already pre-spread. He is ready to deal with this, and Leenock must defend. He cannot continue to lose hatcheries at this rate.
Indeed, he cannot. He's building a couple of infestors. They do not have packaging glands, so they can't fungal immediately.
The tank is down. The Banelings are rolling in. This is the engagement that's going to define this. There's a single infestor hanging around just waiting here. A fungal would be disastrous for Bomber. He's ready with a pre-split, and this is a knife-edge gameplay.
Only 2 Marines left. I mean, 2 medivacs left for this army.
Here it comes. Round the back. Round the back. We've got Lings and Banelings preparing. The natural is exposed. The natural's going to die. Leenock has to act now. He has no choice. Bomber looking to split out fungal growth from the back, and Bomber's force is obliterated.
There is one more army for Bomber in the center of the map. One more level. He is not mining anymore. That's it. He is not mining. And the last army comes marching down, and Leenock is already there waiting. Belling mine set up as well. Boom, says Leenock.
Oh, good God, the dynamite has been detonated. Bomber loses the army, 32 supply remaining, and Leenock with the last clutch Baneling mine. GG! Ladies and gentlemen, What a stellar performance from both players, an incredible TVZ on Metropolis. But Leenock, your two-time MLG champion, continues his reign of terror.
He continues on to another level here at MLG, another step closer. There he is, Leenock. Can he get his 3 titles at MLG? Is that going to be possible? I don't know. It is very much so looking likely. Leenock performing so well here, not just at MLG, but in the recent months as well, and he is looking absolutely fantastic.
The Leenocktopus wants his tentacles on that 3rd trophy, Apollo, and at this rate, he's going to be getting it. He still has a hard road ahead. There are some amazingly talented players remaining in this tournament, but one of them was just soundly defeated.
And that does mean that Bomber moves down. He's not out of the tournament yet. He's not been down to the loser bracket. He won his group. That's the first game he's lost. He will move down to play against one of the danger opponents in the lower side of that bracket. But this is just a warm-up, everybody, because the next game that we are going to be bringing to you on the main stage on the red stream is going to be God versus Life.
Yes, indeed, folks. Oh my God. Flash versus Life is coming to you. It is real life. It is definitely not fantasy. And we will be bringing you that very shortly. This MLG has already been absolutely astonishing. It will continue in this particular vein. There are still amazing players remaining in this tournament, and we have, of course, the great honor and privilege of bringing them to you.
That's right, and Bomber will fall down, if I'm not mistaken, to play against Rain. That's going to be another great game incoming for you guys to watch. And in a couple of moments' time, it may seem that we will have a winner's interview. I'm not too sure. We'll keep you updated on that in a couple of moments' time. But, well, the day is really kicking off. We've entered the main bracket of this MLG Full Championship. And game number 1 of the main bracket was gorgeous.
It really was.
The rest will likewise be so, as they are just going to get better.
They really are. That was art. Anyone that argues that video games aren't art, we just go watch Leenock v Bomber. That I think proves our point quite nicely. That was wonderful. Yep. And it was classic as well. It was really played in the classic style, the classic vein between 2 very old school players. And that was superbly entertaining.
Only a couple of players remain, 8 players remain in this tournament. We are starting to eliminate some, not after that series, but the next couple that follow, we shall eliminate players from this tournament as we draw closer and closer to the top of this tournament. We will find a winner of the MLG4 Championship today.
That we will, and with some expert analysis, ladies and gentlemen, and the NOS performance replay, take it away, Axlav.
Okay, so here we have in the first game between Leenock and Bomber. Bomber's moving out here. Here we go. Okay, I'm back here. Okay, in the first game between Leenock and Bomber, Bomber is ahead massively. He's got this giant death ball mech push. He's moving out here, but Leenock knows he's behind. He knows this is a push that can't be stopped. Your average Zerg player at almost all levels of skill says, you know what, I have to stop this force. Leenock says, no, it can't be done. Instead, I'm going to counterattack. He's got this infestor count here. Bomber, very, very quick reaction. If Bomber was even just 5 seconds slower in noticing those infestarians, those orbals would have gone down. Still, though, Leenock denied Bomber's mining because he knows if he can deny Bomber's mining, then it's okay for him to lose his 3rd and his 4th base. Also knowing that 3rd and 4th base are going to go down. We see Overseer on the left side of the minimap. He's already got a new 3rd base in production. And even at the very top left, a 4th base going up as well. This is the perfect way to try to make a comeback as Zerg. You know you can be cost efficient as the game goes on using infestors, but you've got to make the game drag on by replacing lost bases with new ones. Bomber's push is pushing in. Leenock's trying to buy time. He's in counter with Infestarians. He's trying to get Broodlords up in the main. The Greater Spire should be moments from completion here. In fact, it's done. The Broodlords are morphing here. This symbolizes that the mech push will be over. And what Bomber thinks is reducing his opponents to 2 base is actually just maintaining Leenock at 4 bases. This is what allows Leenock to stay in the game, make a great comeback. We see it later with Infested Terrans. It was an amazing game. If you missed it, definitely catch out the ending with over 40 Infestors carrying Leenock through to win in the late game. But it all started here with the counterattacks and the whack-a-mole style of rebuilding expansions. That's it for the NOS performance replay. And back to you guys at the main stage.
Thank you very much, Axlav, for the expert analysis. And we've got way more excitement coming through. I'm not sure if we can really handle it.
Yes, we will be going to a very quick commercial break, guys. It is time to get your snacks. It is time to get your drink, because you will not be going anywhere for the next match coming. It will be Life versus God, live here on the Red Stream.
Absolutely, it will be.